What's up, everybody? Devise here. You see, I was making this tier list video, right? And I forgot to hit record. So, good thing is I didn't make it that far, and into this tier list. I'm still kind of mad because I was just sitting here talking basically to myself about characters in this fictional game, this fictional world, for like 30 minutes, and it wasn't recording. So now I gotta do all of that over again. But yeah, this is 2023, new year, new video, new upload. Hope everybody likes, subscribe, share the video. And yeah, this tier list, I don't care what nobody say. This is the best tier list. Anybody could follow it. Your opinions are trash. I have the best opinions. Best tier list. January. It doesn't matter because I already said all that stuff, but now I gotta say it again because I wasn't recording. So now I'm just gonna hurry up and rush through all of this. And the characters out of order and stuff. Okay. First I did beta. I could probably refresh it. Hold. Okay. So first I started with Albedo. I'll put Albedo in B tier because easy to build, all field, swap in, swap out, do a lot of damage, go to your main character, This is good all field damage. That's why I put Albedo on B tier. I'm gonna speed through these characters I get to do. That's why I stopped at. Aloy, B tier. Only reason because she does have constellations. Her coil cooldown, whatever it's called, that gives you the little cryo infusion is trash. They need to fix that. If they do, I will use her way more. Amber, B tier. You can use her for Hu Tao, Swirl Pyro, get good damage. She got snapshot damage. Like she do like some decent damage when you build her. Ayaka, I have a lot of bias with this character because this character got me basically into this game, into Genshin. So I put her S tier, but that's not the only reason. But she freeze team, she basically feels unstoppable. Like it's just you freeze every enemy, they can't touch you. You have a healer, just like you just don't. It's so easy with freeze team. She does a lot of damage. And yeah, Barbara, B tier. I just hate getting frozen with her. But other than that, good healing. C6, you get a free revive. You can run a little book on her to get extra attack. But it's like, if Barbara had if Barbara E skill did like some damage, she would actually be a little better. I would run Barbara. Sometimes probably. Oh no, I wouldn't run Barbara over Kogami. But you get what I'm saying. Like good healing, never die. That type of character. Beto. I think Beto is fun. The counter mechanic. More characters starting to get it, and I like it. She do good damage. Only thing that's a problem could be the energy, but you can run double electro or have energy recharge weapon, or just energy recharge in general. But I say she's pretty nice. But there's other electro characters I rather use than Beto now, which is probably kind of crazy to say, but that's just my opinion though. Like I said, I got the best opinions. Bennett. See, what I was saying with Bennett is, I think Bennett's not as good as he used to be, because now there's characters that can replace him for teams. The best example for that is Spiral Abyss. If you're running an electro team, and then you have like a probably like a national team, just Raiden, Shaolin. I'd rather run Bennett with that team other than like Sara or something. Yeah, I'll run Sara on an electric team, of course. But like it's just reason like that. It's just he can now be replaced. You can now use him from different teams now. So that's why I think Bennett is dropping. Like I think C6 and Bennett right now is actually good. Because one, it's not a lot of characters that will even mess up from C6 Bennett other than like what's his character name? Eula, physical, any physical character. I know he messed up Kaching and Ayaka, but like Kaching now has way better support than Bennett. It's like you can still use Bennett for those teams, but it's better characters now. So there's just no point. Like you can save Bennett for another team. So I still put him in S though, because he's still easy to build. Throw anything on him. He's just that crazy character. You know, C6 he now makes Pyro teams even better. You get a little extra bonus damage. I'm thinking about C6 with my Bennett. I'm waiting for Dahlia to come out to confirm my C6. Cause if I'm guessing that she's gonna be burning and like Burgeon team comp, I'm C6 with Bennett. I'll make a video and everything about that. But yeah, Chungyoung I put in B. He's nice, but I don't see a point of using him over any other cryo character. But he is fun to play, especially when you use Shinha. He's very fun. I really like his attacks and like animations and stuff. But yeah, I don't see a point using any other cryo character over him though. I think I said that backwards, but you know what I'm trying to say. Now D-Luke, this is where I stopped at before I realized I wasn't recording. D-Luke, Batman. I think Batman is A. The reason is he's just outdated. It's just we haven't had a Claymore character that, or I guess we haven't got a new Claymore that he could use. This team now can be used with other characters, and those characters are like just better, do more damage. His burst push enemies away, so you gotta run and chase him down. He does a lot of damage, don't get me wrong. And he's easy to play, but it's just Batman. What can I say? His skin's sweet. You got that going. Really not a lot to say about Duke. Duke been in the game since basically launch, so it's like, what else can I say about him? He just been the same. He never changed. I mean, he has what's her name? Yelan on his team. Yelan does more damage than him, but like, it's just D-Luke. Never changed. Been the same. On Diona, I actually think Diona is extremely good. I don't have her built, but it's like certain team comps that I have in mind that uses Diona, but I just haven't built her yet. I think she's like, if you get her and you just starting, or first let me say this: every character is good. Every character could be used. Just because say a character doesn't perform well or something, doesn't mean you can't use them or anything like that. My opinion doesn't matter. You use whatever you like. I know a lot of people say that, but just use anybody. Somebody say there's no such thing as a DPS girl. Use a DPS girl. If that's what you like to do. But yeah, back to Diona. Don't use DPS Diona though. That is the most dumbest thing. I'm sorry. DPS Diona is so boring. I'm sorry. Well, yeah. I think Diona, she gives you a shield, heals, elemental mastery. Can use on Venti's bow on her to give you more insular mastery, and I think attack speed and all of that. I think Diona, I want to put her in S. I'll put her in A. Yeah, I'll put her in A just because. Is there a reason I put her in A? Honestly, not really. I'm just gonna leave her in A. Mona, I don't have Mona built either. but the buff she gives, oh my gosh. It increases your damage so much. And just for that, I'm putting her in S. Like, you don't even need her built. You can just throw her on any team and she just, you pop her Q and you do damage. Mona's just good. There's nothing else I need to say about her. She could taunt, easy to get energy for her, easy to build, can run a tails book too, don't really need anything for her. She's gonna buff your team. Eula? I'm so sorry. When Eula first came out, she was broken. But now it's like, it's just like, she's so weak now. In the recent Spiral Abyss, it's like, every enemy counters her. Every enemy has physical reduction. Like, it's just so dumb. I really miss using her. Because every time I use her, like here and there for like commissions or something, she's actually fun to use. But it's like now every enemy does reduction damage. It's just, some enemy got a shield or they move too much. You might not crit with her, then you gotta restart. It's just, it's too much. And then I don't have her weapon, so it's like I already do kind of low damage with her. Then if you don't have the constellations, you're like, she's still good without them, but it's like she really becomes broken when you have certain constellations. So I'm gonna put her in 8. And she's kind of limited right now. Like, her best team is Eula, A, then like a, oh my god, I just pressed the wrong button. Wait, hold up. I was saying Eula, A, then like a cryo character, cryo healer, maybe like Diona or a shielder. Then like another electro character. Like, there's no character. Is there a character that buff physical damage? I don't think there is. I don't think there's a character that buff physical damage. If there is, it's like they're probably not even that good. I'm probably wrong though. There probably is a character that buff physical damage, just I don't have them built. I mean, you have Eugen that buff normal attack, but you know, we're gonna get to the tier list. Yanfei. So Yanfei was my power character when I first started. Cause I didn't have D-Luke, I didn't have Klee. Inazuma didn't even exist when she came out. I didn't have Xiangling built. I was basically still a newbie when I had Yanfei. Yanfei could do a lot of damage, and then you get the constellation with the shield. Is like become tanky. They have Tank Fei. Different ways you could play her. She's like a mini Klee, so for that, I'll put her in A. Don't really require a lot to make her do a lot of damage. Should I put her in A? No, I'll drop her in B. The reason is, well, no, I'll leave Renee. We'll see, because of stamina. But now that I think about it, it's not really a real problem for her. So I would just swap out to my other character and I'll get my stamina back. So yeah, that's not really a problem for her. Official? I'm putting official on this. I don't even have my official all the way built. But like, she does good damage. Throw your E out and swap characters. Not really much to say about her either. It's like certain characters, you don't even have to build all the way, and they're already kind of doing off field or like just decent damage. Or they could give you like a, it's easy to swirl or something like that. You know, this is Fisher. This is so good. Off field damage is crazy. Ganyu, S tier. Broken. I don't think I need to say anything about Ganyu. Charge shot. Burst. hits every enemy. I use vape on you. I use pyro and cryo. But freeze team, I'm trying to switch to it. I just can't get the artifacts. I think freeze team is, I want to say it's better, but I know it does not do as much damage as melt. I said vape. Melt Gani. But it's just the fact that you could freeze all the enemies and just sit there and shoot arrows. You don't have to move. You don't do anything. That's just, it's so easy. That's why I kind of want to say freeze is better, because melt, you need a whole setup. The setup is not hard to do, but it's like, yeah. So I recommend if you just getting like Gani or something, or like you haven't built there yet, try to do freeze Gani. Especially if you got Kokomi. Freeze Gani is so easy to do. Matter of fact, shouldn't need to be your main DPS for freeze Gani. I mean, freeze Gani because, you know, she is your main DPS, but like, she could just be the character that freezes enemies for you because of her burst. So yeah, and yeah, you can run Gani as a support too. This is, yeah, Gani is good. Goro. See, I have C6 Goro, so I think some people probably plays Goro in B tier because he doesn't do a lot of damage. All he does is buff. But I want to throw Goro in A tier. Because I have C6. See, all these characters, I'm not sure how to rate them. I guess all of them are C6. Well, no, I'm not going to say that. I'm just going to go off my constellation. Because if I say all characters are C6, Eula will be S tier. Because you can do like 500,000 just while using the burst. Or just letting it go without charging it up or anything. Yeah, Ayaka is definitely S tier. But yeah, Goro, C6, gives you a whole bunch of damage and crit rate. Or is it crit damage? I'm not sure which one. But it gives you a lot of it. Easy to build. All field character, doesn't require to be on the field. Just E and Q, swap off. And he's needed for Ito's team. I kind of want to, I think when more Geo characters come out, Goro will be S tier. Because he's like the only Geo buffer for real. There's no other Geo buffer on here. So I think when more main DPS Geo characters come out, he's gonna go higher. It's right now is A because Geo is just kind of forgotten. Like our last new Geo character, was it Ito or Eugen? It was one of them. Pretty sure it was Ito. So that's a long time ago. I know he's getting a what? Did he get his rerun? I think he did get a rerun, but I forgot which. Was it Wanderer and Ito? I'm pretty sure it was that. Yeah, it was. Yeah, girl. Hu Tao, I'm throwing her A tier. I have C0 Hu Tao. I don't care if C1 you do the same amount of damage as C0. It's just no, bro. Having C1 is a life changer. It was this event where you get to do this, run inside this dungeon, and like it was one like a perk that you get C1 for all your characters. It is a complete life changer. Having the ability to not use any stamina doing a charge attack is so different. I don't care what nobody say. It is a life upgrade. That is a needed constellation for Hu Tao. I don't care if she does the same amount of damage if you do the same tech. Like, no, bro. C1 Hu Tao is needed. She's way more enjoyable when you have C1. Because in the Spiral Abyss, running her like, what, floor 9 or whatever, all the enemies are spread out and you gotta run to each enemy with C0. And you can't swap off her, because if you swap off, you lose your E. So you can't swap off. You gotta run to the enemy, do a charge attack, which causes you use more stamina. And it's just no, that's annoying. Ito, Ito's A tier. I kind of want to say always use Goro Ito, so my Ito is always buffed by something. I just recently started using Bennett with him, but now that I got a beta, I'm probably gonna take Bennett off because now I can run full Geo. I know I lose a lot of damage with that, but I don't care. Ito is fun, but like I don't like a lot of characters that rely on their burst. I'm trying to think of like I'm just running around Ito exploring the overworld. You kind of need his burst to really do damage. Like Uchi does a lot of damage without his burst. With burst, it's a big difference. And when you doing a spiral abyss and you don't have your burst, your damage just drops. You gotta keep swapping characters to get the energy back so you get his burst, and it's like I don't really like that. Like Eula, you don't need her burst. She just does crazy damage. Physical damage it is. Yeah. I wish Ito did physical damage with the geo damage. Like he does a lot of physical damage when you don't have his burst, but he also does a lot of geo damage when you do get his burst. Like something like that. Cause then he'll be kinda usable without his burst, but it's like then if you run the artifact set, you have to be off field for to get the stacks. It's like, yeah. That's the only thing I don't like about Ito, so that's why I put him in A. Kaya, I'm gonna be honest, I don't know what to rate Kaya. I know he has good cryo application. He could get his burst real quick. Like 1 E you get your burst. You get a shield. But it's hard to get his constellations. I think I only have Kaya C1. And I've been playing since the beginning, the end of Venti Banner. So it's like basically I played, yeah, I've been playing for a while. And I don't even think C3 Kaya. Better than the constellations. I think he's B tier. Kaya is one character I don't know how to rate. I don't really play him too often. Like I know he's good, but I really don't use him. Kazuha, S tier. Favorite male, well, second favorite male character now. Might change later on, but Kazuha, broken. I don't care if people say Kazuha's not as good or not as broken as you think he is. No, bro. It is so easy to play Kazuha. You just swap to your main DPS. What is it, Gaching? E? Well, not Gaching is a bad example. I don't know, swap to any character that does elemental damage. Swirl it, burst, easy buff. Matter of fact, I don't really play this game sweaty. Like I don't create team comps all that much. Like I have them, but I'm not crazy about them. At least I just throw characters together and if they flow well, I like it. I don't have the best team comps, I'm not gonna lie. But Kazuha, he just makes almost every team good. Like he's just good, bro. Easy to build. You can just have straight elements of mastery. You can build him as a DPS if you want to. He's just fun. Kaching, I'm a little biased on Kaching too because she also got me to this game. Oh, and Ganyu also got me to this game too. Ganyu, Ayaka, and Kaching. Now, my Kaching is level 80. I want to get it at 90 so I can use her Redendro. I I know there's a lot of argument between Kaching being better than Sino and all of that. I have Kaching C6 too. I'm not gonna lie to you. A lot of people's not gonna agree with this, but I'm putting Kaching in S. Also, there's no order, so I'll put the hers. I just want to put her behind Kaza. The reason is because you could just spam her stuff. You could just spam her whole entire team. Like once you start getting a rotation, it's just spammable. Like E, switch your support. I mean, yeah, you start first switch your support, which is probably Nahida. Put danger on them. Go to other supports, whatever they do. Probably swirl or something. Swap to her. Spam. Use her burst. Do damage of her for E. Probably. I don't know. Swap back to Nahida. Burst. Swap back to your supports. It's gonna keep going. It's just gonna keep spamming it over and over again. It's just constant damage. And now that she does more damage, it's better. She's also fun. There's a lot of swords too. You run like any sword in her, it's gonna do damage. Easy to build. You can easily get her constellations because she's a off banner 5-star. A standard banner 5-star, I guess you could say. So anybody can get her. Anybody get her C6 just by playing the game and having bad luck, or spending money. And she has a good skin. So yeah, I'm putting her in S tier. Klee. I won't put Klee in A. I don't have my Klee built. I'm going to do a lot of damage with Klee. I run Pyro, Mono Pyro with Klee, and she does a lot of damage. A swirl with Pyro, and it's just, yeah, Bennett. She does decent damage. Now, I do feel like she's very clunky, like a lot of people say. She just feels kind of bad to play. She also feels slow because she's so short. Better than that, she does a lot of damage, easy to build. Starting to get the Pyro artifacts. Easy team to make. Yeah, that's all about Klee. I don't think I have anything more to say. Kokomi S tier. Absolute tank. Kokomi. I remember when Kokomi first came out, I'm not gonna lie. I thought Kokomi was trash. I thought she was bad. I didn't get her. I didn't want her. I didn't think she was the worst character in the game. I thought that was a stretch. But when her second rerun came, I got her. I wanted her. Actually, no. I didn't want her. I was thinking about it. But then when I got her, yeah. My opinion on her completely changed. I'm not gonna lie. I was a Kokomi hater. I'm not afraid to admit it. She is broken. For Danjo core team, for healing, for freezing, buffing, she's just broken. She's like Zhongli but healing. You could just sit in the boss attack and eat it. She doesn't die. She can't die. I never seen Kokomi die unless you just want her to die. Unless you not healing or jumping off the cliff or something. Like, it's impossible for her to die. Kokomi's broken. I don't even have the donut weapon, so when that weapon come back, I'm gonna get it. Just because. Lisa, B. I have Lisa, I think C1 or whatever. I'm not sure. Whatever constellation it is to make her have more armor than her E, I'll put her higher once I get that. But right now I'm playing her. I don't have her built, but like using her sometimes for like funny team comps is horrible. Getting hit while doing that is just the worst. Yes, and that simple thing make me rate her a B. She could probably do crazy. Matter of fact, I've seen strong Lisas, but just not having that constellation kind of ruins. It's like C1 Hu Tao. Not having C1 makes you put her in A tier because it's not enjoyable to me. It's not fun. I'm trying to do my damage and I get hit. At least it stopped casting her book. Like, no, it's horrible to me. Ningguang. I think Ningguang is B. It's just Geo is just. If you have any other Geo character, if you have Ito, wait, it is the only other DPS Geo character. I guess Traveler is on lead, but I don't see a point of using Ningguang if you have any other Geo character. That's just kind of my opinion. I mean, she does a lot of damage. Yeah, it's just, I don't see a point. And it's like the more Geo characters come out, I really don't see a point in using her. I mean, I guess a nice buff, was it 15% Geo damage? Yeah, that's good, I guess. But yeah, B tier. Noelle. No. I think a lot of people think Noelle is not that good. But I actually think Noelle was actually one of the most broken characters in TCG. Why do she exist? This is the best character in TCG. Just for that, I'm putting her S tier. She's broken in TCG. Nah, let me stop. But she is broken in TCG. I should make a TCG tier list. I think Noelle is A. She could heal. She has good burst damage. You could swap off her, swap back on. She still have her burst. Only problem is her healing kind of sucked. Long cooldown, her E. Doesn't get a lot of energy. I guess she run double Geo or whatever Geo team or energy character. That's the only bad things about her, I'll say. But other than that, if she gets a Saber skin, Saber from Fate, I'll put her S. That's all I'm saying. It's feel like I'm using Excalibur. Jean. A lot of people think Jean is not that good, but I actually think Jean is like, I'm gonna put Jean. I want to put her in S, but no, we're gonna put her in A. Hill, Swirl, use as a main DPS, physical damage. You can do a little fall damage tech. It's like Jean is just, I don't know, like Jean is just, I like her. Get a lot of energy. And if you got that constellation that gives you animal damage, you buff animal teams. I want to throw her in S because it's also easy, because of that too, because easy to get her constellations, but I'm gonna leave her in A. I think a lot of people put Jean in like B tier. I think Jean is like real good. Chi-Chi. See, Chi-Chi was my other healer before, or no, after Barbara. I use Chi-Chi, and she carried me, I'm not gonna lie. Chi-Chi was my first 5-star too, pretty sure. Or second, I think I got the Ching first, I'm not sure which one came first. I think Chi-Chi is B tier. We have so many healers in the game now. It's just like, I don't see the point of using her. It doesn't really buff the team any type of way, unless she's using a certain weapon or something. I mean, you get a free revive with her if you got her C6. Luckily, I don't have that yet. But yeah, I don't really. Even when you do get Chi-Chi and you don't have a healer, I'd rather for people to wait till they get like a different healer, like Cookie. I do think she's a good healer though. Like I'd rather use Chi-Chi than Sayu. And there's nothing against Sayu. I'd rather use Chi-Chi. I like the fact that you use her E and it stays on you, it goes with you and heal you. So that is something good. And she does do a lot of healing. Cause there's been times I'm almost about to die and I have Chi-Chi. And I don't even have her built all the way. So I just throw on random artifacts and she heals for a lot. And she saved my life. So yeah. I'll still keep her in B though. Razor, B tier. I literally do not see any other point of using Razor than any other Electro character. I don't. He did carry me. He was my first, I guess, main DPS. But this is just. Now I don't use him. I don't even think about using him. Only use him when he had his little story going on recently. Yeah, it's just. I don't see the point. I mean, it's cool to have a JoJo stand though. That's bonus points, I guess. Zarya. Dang. I don't believe about to make people hate me. I think Rosario is B tier. I know she gives you a lot of buffs, physical damage or physical whatever. Then the cryo buff, I think. No, it's a crit damage or crit rate, whatever. It doesn't really matter. A lot of team comps using a Eula team comp. But it's like, I have her C6 too. I'd rather use Shinhei. I'm gonna be honest. That's why I'm running Eula. I'd rather use Shinhei than Rosaria. That's just my opinion though. I think Rosaria will be the third character I use. I think she's better than Changyoung and Chi-Chi. But just, I don't. If you got Shinhei, and if you're running freeze, you get free crit rate. So, like, how much crit rate do you really need? You get a whole bunch of crit rate with freeze. So, it's just, yeah, I don't see him using Rosaria a lot. I like her design though. Sarah, don't have her build either. But I'm gonna put her in A tier. I do feel like she's not as useful without C6. It's kind of crazy to say because you can still use her and she's still buff as much. No, she won't. She will not buff as much as having C6, but she'll give you good decent buffs for your electro team and stuff without C6. But I feel like your damage really spike when you get that C6. Only like when you get her C6, I feel like you can start actually using her over Bennett normally. I wish her buff lasts as long as Bennett or even longer, but also when you don't have that constellation, like when it automatically, your E automatically explodes to give you the electro bonus damage, I feel like that's pretty bad too. Like, I feel like you should automatically have that constellation. I mean, not constellation. I feel like you should automatically have that as like a skill. It shouldn't be a constellation. Like that being unlocked is kind of dumb. Just kind of holds you back. But yeah, Sayu, B tier. Just another healer. Rolling around though, like around the map, is actually pretty nice though. Lets you get places way faster. I'm not really gonna say a lot about Sayu. I don't see the point of using her, to be honest, other than that. And catching flies and all of that, bugs and honey animals and all that type of stuff. Shinhei, S tier. I think she's broken. She can make any character that could have cryo infusion in their weapon do crazy amount of damage. I have used Cryo Zhongli, crazy amount of damage. Cryo Kaching, crazy amount of damage. Shinhei just enables anybody to do cryo damage when you give him a fusion. So basically I use Changyun too, but the damage she gives is wild. Even herself does crazy damage. Like I've hit 40k with Shinhei just for holding her E and swapping off her. Like that's dumb. That's without her buff. I'm doing that much damage without her buff. And having C1 lets me have 2 E's, it just becomes better. C1 Shinha is a life changer too. It's like C1 Hu-Tao is a life changer. Am I not seeing that much of a difference? But when you actually have it, it's different. It's way better than not having it. Of course. A. I was a day one supporter for A. I remember back in the day when people thought A was the worst character in the game. They really thought A, Bao, Raiden Shogun. What's her other name? I don't even know the other name. They thought this character was trash. I didn't understand how. How did you think this character was trash? I to this day I will never get how people thought Bao, Raiden Shogun, A was trash. I would never get it. I never will. I was a day one supporter. Energy recharge. That's all you needed was energy recharge. And she was doing crazy amount of damage. I guess people was using her without her burst or something, cause like her E lasts basically forever. It's just dumb as she's broken. And I'm thinking about getting her C2, and that makes her even more broken. I think C6, getting her C6 is a little crazy, cause like, yeah, it's like you don't really need that much damage. She already does a lot. The extra damage is just you're basically killing everything in one hit. Like, I would never get how people thought she was trash. To this day. Sucrose. I think Sucrose is S tier. The reason is because she's just like Kazuha. But like just 4-star. Easy to build, easy to use, throw any weapon on her. What weapons you want to specifically use on her, like sacrificial. But like she's just easy to use. Does basically the same thing as Kazuha do, but free. Well, I guess it's not free. You gotta wish to get her, but yeah, Sucrose. Vitalia. I know he has a national team. The only thing I don't like about Vitalia is that his E. I know it's not the cooldown. People just say swap to a different character, but it's just I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. Let me just use the swords. Why I'm forced to swap back to this trash bow? Like why? Just let me use the swords. That's all I want to do. Sword / spear, dual wielding swords. Just let me use that. I don't care for his bow. You could take the bow out of my hands. I don't want that. Just let me slash things with his sword. It's so satisfying to kill things with Tatalia. So I'm gonna put him in A tier. But I want a C7 Tatalia where I could just hit E, now forever have his sword. That's what I want. And Tomo. See, I was a Tomo supporter. I thought Tomo was good. But the more I use him, the more I realize he's absolutely butt. So I'm putting him B tier. Is this, compared to other shield characters, he's trash. He's garbage. He's garbage can. Dog water. No purpose of getting him. When you have characters like Yan Fei getting a better shield when she has Constellation 4. It's just, I'm sorry, Tomo is dog water. Yeah, there's nothing else to say to that. Maybe if we get a 4-star or 5-star spirit with HP %, maybe it'll be better because you now have a stronger shield. But right now he's trash. Venti, S tier. I don't get the argument. He's not useful in Abyss right now because every Abyss floor he seems to be useful almost, unless it's a boss. When there's more than one enemy, I just use Venti Black Hole, sucks him up, and yeah, that's it. Only time he's not good is when there's like a big enemy that can't be sucked up or the boss. But there's always floors and there's like smaller enemies, so it's like, yeah. Then overworld, just suck everything up, sucks up the materials, picks him up, get a little height with his E, get his burst quick, like easy to build, don't need any artifacts, just throw anything on him and he's gonna work. Yeah, Vinci's S tier. Xiaoling, A tier. I know a lot of people put her in S, but wait, why am I doing her A tier? Yeah, that was wrong. S tier. She just does a lot of damage, to be honest. That's the only reason. She can snapshot buffs and all of that. She just does a lot of damage. There's no other reason to throw her any lore. Just free damage, free off-field damage. Doesn't really require a lot of work to do damage. So yeah, Xiao, B tier. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Xiao means. No, I'll throw Xiao on A tier. Only because he's now getting artifacts that buff him. Xiao's actually getting buffs through artifacts. So I'll throw him in A tier. But if he didn't get these artifacts, like the recent one, then the other one with Ayato when he came out, then he would be B tier. It just feels like I'm not doing a lot of damage. I know you're supposed to use Bennett with him to buff. Oh, and now that we got an animal buffer, he also is like up there now. So yeah, I'll put Xiao in E tier. Like I said, I didn't feel like I was doing a lot of damage with him. And also good because I don't have artifacts for him because I grinded when he first came out, I grinded the animal dungeon to get a single artifact from him, so I kind of gave up on him. But yeah. Now we got C6 Xiao. I'm pretty sure everybody will put him in S tier because that looks fun. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of want a C6 Xiao. It's because of that. But that's a lot of money. Xingqiu, S tier. Hydro application. All field damage. I don't even got him built. He does a lot of damage. No, well, not a lot of damage, a lot of work with the hydro. So yeah, that's no really other reason to talk about him. This hydro application kind of makes your characters tanky, get little hills, you know. That's it. Xinyan, B tier. I'll be honest, I don't know a lot about Xinyan. She's just like Kaya to me. I don't really use her. I really only use her for fun. I know she does like physical damage. You're supposed to be a blade with her. She gives a shield. Her burst is actually pretty cool. But like, I don't really use her, to be honest. Yeah, this is completely biased. A lot of people will not do this. I think Gabe's S tier, bro. Now hear me out, hear me out. Ye is my favorite character in the game. So I understand people will say this is biased, but it's not even her damage. It's not her damage. I have C6 Ye, so my damage is crazy, but if we just get rid of her damage, it's the fact that she can hit bosses that's underground, flying, invisible. It doesn't matter. She can hit the boss. The new cube boss, turn invisible. It doesn't care. She's gonna hit him no matter what. The snake boss that goes underground, that's in the chasm, hits them underground. The wolf lord hits him in the air. It's like she's so good. And all you do is hit E 3 times and she does damage. Just swap off her. Then burst, then do E 3 times again. It's just I don't understand people think Ye is trash. I can see her being very underwhelming. And I can see her people saying that she's kind of boring. They kind of expected more from her, especially as a like side man or a side woman. I can see those arguments, but other than that, it's like if I just want to like to chill or just run around and do my commissions and hop off the game, I'll switch to Ye and just let her kill everything while me just standing there. And also to give so many. Well, I have C6, that's how you get a lot of buffs. Get like some buffs and stuff and get C6. But like, yeah, this is like a if you don't feel like playing the game character, just use Ye. Eat 3 times and sit there, eat some chips, watch the YouTube videos, go back, and your commission is done. Yamiya. I'm gonna throw Yamiya in S tier. I know a lot of people will not agree with that, but it's also just the fact that she's so easy to use and she can just do a lot of damage without requiring you to do a lot. I would just say she's like kind of like Hu Tao. You kind of need a shield character. If you don't have a shield character, you gotta do more work because if you get hit, it's gonna ruin like your combo for normal attacks. So that's just the one bad thing about her. But other than that, she's like Eula, but Pyro. You just spam normal attacks and you just go through stuff. I use her to basically kill all my bosses because like all I do is swap to zone lead, activate E, and just use her and just take them down with normal attacks. It doesn't really require a lot. And it's like if you want her to do more damage, you invest more time into her and her team, and she'll do even more damage. It's just an easy to use character, and that's why I think she's an S tier. But I can see people put her in A tier because she doesn't really do a lot of damage without the right weapons, and, artifacts and team comps and stuff. But yeah, Yujin, I think is B tier. People definitely not gonna agree since I just put him here in S tier. Like, I'm not sure if I said this already, but please post in the comments I think characters are higher than what I put them. Cause I will argue with you. No, I'm just joking. But I like, I like to see people's opinions why they think characters are bad or good. But Yujin, she buff with physical damage, not physical damage, normal attacks. You can use her with Mia. I want to build her for Yamiya, but just let's see. I don't want Yamiya. There's no point in me building her right now. Replacing them, unless someone in Spiral Abyss and those characters on a different team. It's like right now, I don't see a point of my account of me building Yujin for my account right now. I don't really need the normal attack buff. But she just buffed normal attacks, GL, easy to use, easy to get a burst, counter. So yeah, I'll just throw her in A tier. Zhongli, broken. Just like Kokumi, broken. Shield, never take damage in this game. Build him straight HP, he does crazy damage. Might not crit, but he does crazy damage. Doesn't die. I don't even have tenacity, so I don't even get the tenacity buff. But yeah, you can buff your team. Run on with Ito. And yeah, Zhongli to Zhongli. Amantis wine. Ayato. See, I think Ayato is the most basic character in this game. He just does. I think Ayato is an average character. I think he's just I like to call Ayato the average man because it's just like he's so average. His damage is just he can do a lot of damage now. Don't get me wrong, but it's just he just feels so average. And I don't like his drip is trash. I'm sorry, the long sleeves. All I'm thinking about is when they get wet. It's just no, bro. The long sleeve, it's like soggy socks with like. That's what I have against him. It's the sleeves. I hate the sleeves. But yeah, he does a lot of damage. Burst, put Hydra on him. Yeah. He used Eugen from the buff his normal attacks. But other than that, he just feels kind of average to me. Cookie, I think it's S tier. When Cookie first came out, I was kind of on the edge. Like, there were certain moments I thought Cookie was good, and there were certain moments I thought Cookie was horrible. Healing wise, she's extremely good. Damage wise, she's average. Especially when you're using Dendro. When you use Dendro, I think she becomes better. But the way I use Cookie is not really for the damage, it's more for the electro application. That's how I kind of use Cookie. So when you use her like that, I feel like she's like way better. Because you can hear like Tanari or something like that. Tanari or Kali. Or even like a main DPS. Or Nahida is like that electric application. And the fact that she's a healer and she heals you. And her C6 is like Hu Tao. I think Cookie is oh, and if you have Nailu's weapon, yeah, I think Cookie is very good. And you put those stuff in. So yeah. You don't need Nailu's weapon either. Using plenty of weapons for her. You can make her a main DPS if you want to. Also, her design is nice too. I really like the mask. Elan, S tier. Broken. I think Elan is the best character in the game. I just think she's that broken. And that might just because I've seen C6. I think she has the best C6 in the game too. It's just she's good for traveling, easy to get her burst, easy to do damage with, easy to build. 2 artificers you can use in her. Easy team comps. Could almost be running any team to be honest, because she does crazy amount of damage of her burst. Like she could be a main DPS, she could be a sub DPS. Or they gonna make her a healer next by giving her a bow that heals people when you do her off-field damage or something. Like she's just broken. Like I know people say Xingqiu is better, but I'd rather use Elan. It's just more fun to me to use Elan. And she look better. Her design look better than Xingqiu. I don't like Xingqiu's outfit. But yeah, Elan is just, I feel like is the best character in the game. In my opinion. And if we're talking C6, I really think she's broken because that her C6 is dumb. Like it literally makes no sense. Like A does a lot of damage. Ganyu does a lot of damage to C6. But Yelan is like watching her with that C6. Just watching everything explode and die. And then if you use Vinci, oh my gosh. Yelan is just, yeah, that's just, Yelan is a crazy character. And I don't know why they have him twice over here. Hazel, I think it's B. Fun to use. Feels different from any other character because you punch him. Does a lot of damage. I feel like Captain Falcon with the Falcon punch. But I don't. This kind of those characters is like I don't see the reason of building him, especially if you have like Shao or something like that. Other than like you like his playstyle and stuff. But I don't really see a point of building him other than that. It's kind of like average character, kind of. He just plays different. I feel like Hazel is a test character. They didn't want to make him too broken. They didn't want to make him too bad. They just want to test if people are gonna like the way he plays. Because people always want like a punching character, and I think the next punching character is gonna be the Pyro Archon. But other than that, yeah, I feel like he's a test character. We're definitely getting more character that plays like Hazel, and I can't wait for that. That was gonna do more damage to him and all of that. So yeah. Kali, I think Kali is A. The reason is, I don't know what team comp I was using, but I don't have her built at all, and you could just spam her burst. I think I'm using like a Hydro team. I'm using Dendro cores. I don't think Nali was out around that time. Not sure what team I was using, but yeah, you could just spam her burst, and there's just so much Dendro. It's crazy. And for some reason, I don't think Dendro scales with like regular damage, like you attack percent, all of that. I think Dendro scales in elemental mastery, because my colleague could do like 30k and she's not even properly built. It just don't make sense to me. So it's just, yeah. So I'll just throw her an A just because of that. I think I do have a C6 too. I think. I'm not sure. Pretty sure I do that. Dory. I'm so disappointed in Dory, bro. The way I thought Dory was gonna be a 4-star version of A. I thought she's gonna give like crazy energy recharge. She's gonna basically give you your burst back for using one of her moves. But no, she did not turn on like that at all. And she's a healer. It was just so kind of disappointing for me. And she has such cool animations and stuff. It was just, I think Dory is B tier. I feel like this was a missed opportunity. I feel like they could have made her broken and let you get a whole bunch of energy recharge from using her, but like, it's just kind of trash. Just use Cookie. If you was trying to choose between Cookie or Dory, you like them both equally, use Cookie. Cause I feel like that energy recharge you get from Dory, you could just get from Cookie. Honestly. If you have A, there's no reason to use Dory at all. Matter of fact, I think I'd rather use Lisa. That might be a stretch, I don't know. But yeah. Dory was a letdown for me. I was really hoping she would be good. Cause it's the fact of a electro healer that gives you energy. That sounded so good to me, but it turned out to be trash. Well, not trash, just yeah, trash. Traveler. I use Geo Traveler a lot. Never really use Electro Traveler. After I got Geo, I never used Animal Traveler again. I don't even know what Dendro Traveler do. Oh, that's the Q. Place on a flower. I only got one Traveler on here, but if you had to rate all the Travelers, I'll throw them an A. The reason because of Dendro and Geo. I think those two are the best. I think Dendro is the best, Geo second. Maybe Animal third, then Electro fourth. I don't really use Animal or Electro, so I don't really know how to rate those two. But Dendro I think is best. And then GL. I don't really lot to say about Traveling. Everybody has them, of course. Does decent damage, I guess. Yeah. Tanari. How do I feel about Tanari? I feel like Tanari's A tier. I want to throw him an F, but it's the speed. The charge up on his arrows kills me. I know you get a constellation that speeds it up, but man, that charge up on that arrow. I could watch a whole movie before that arrow charge up. That arrow is so slow. But when you use his E and then pop out his arrow, that does a lot of damage. And it's easy to get his constellation because he's a standard branded character. And he's easy to build. Doesn't require a lot of work. Easy teams. It was a problem I had with him, but I forget what it was. I know arrow is the biggest one. The charge up on his arrows. Oh, when you don't have his E and you do have to charge up his arrows, well, I guess you just swap characters, so it's kind of not a bad argument. But I was gonna say he kind of relies on his E to do damage. I mean, of course, that's like his whole play style, but like trying to use him without the E is just unplayable, in my opinion. That's like if you're using like I guess I'm kind of thinking of co-op, because I use them in co-op sometimes. So I'm thinking like that, like if you're playing co-op and you can't swap characters, so you're kind of just stuck with Tanari, so you gotta sit there and charge up your arrows. Yeah, that's when I think Tanari is like bad. But if you're not using it co-op, you would just swap characters, so you don't have to go through that. But yeah, Candace. Heard Candace was bad. To be honest, Candace is still new to me. I don't really know what she can really do. So I'm gonna put her in B tier. She's like Kaya and Zenny to me. I don't really know what she can do, and I also don't see no point of running her to any other Hydro character. And like, why in the world would I use Candace over Yalan or Xingqiu? I heard she could buff Ayato, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't really. Or Ramona. Yeah, it's like maybe she does something special. I don't know a lot about Candace. I'm not gonna lie to you. Sino. This is also kind of biased. I have Sino C6. Maybe it's not biased, but a lot of people think Sino was trash. Or just not. Oh no, I don't think he's trash. I think he's very underwhelming. People like to use basically saying that he's trash. But I would say right now, as a C6 Sino haver, as a favorite male character, Sino is definitely not that good. And the reason I say that is because I know Nahida came out and they kind of gave him a Dendro character to use, but I think Nahida is not the right Dendro character. The reason I say that is because when you use her in Spiral, when you use him in Spiral Abyss, you kill a wave of enemies, you don't have to swap off his burst and go back to Nahida and to do all of it over again. And it's like you want to stay on his burst to do damage, Because when you have C6, you're killing things very fast with Sino. So it's like having to swap off his burst, and sometimes you do not get his burst back until like the end of your burst. Cause you get energy when you use his burst. So when you don't have his burst back, you have to swap characters. It's just like it ruins the rotation, and you're wasting buff time or shield time when you use Zhongli. You also can't really use him without his burst. Doesn't really do a lot of damage out of his burst. But other than that, he's not the easiest character to build, because you could use him so many different ways, so many different artifacts you could use on him. But he is fun, I will say that. When you do get him going, he does do a lot of damage. But I just think we need a Danjo character that could apply it like off field. Like if we had a Dendro Kokomi, like imagine if Kokomi was Danjo and her jellyfish was on field for like a limited amount of time. Or like if Zhongli Pillar was Dandro and enemies stand next to it, they get hit and have a Dandro above their head, you know what I'm saying? Like, or if Nahida Dandro can spread it after you kill an enemy, might spread it to another target or something. That's what I think Sino needs for him to really be extremely good. I feel like Sino is I guess the way I'm thinking is I want Sino to be a character that could kill waves of enemies instead of being a boss killer. I feel like he's like Yoimiya, but use his burst instead of normal attacks. I feel like Sino's real good against bosses because his burst lasts so long. It's like you just kill him within that burst. And I want him to be a wave killer, just kill a whole bunch of waves. We're having to swap characters. That's what I want Sino to be. So I'm gonna put Sino in A tier until we get another Danjo character. Nailu. I was gonna C6 her, but I had to choose between Sino or Nailu. I'm not gonna lie. It's like a little bit of regret. It means C6ing Sino instead of Nailu. Just a little bit of regret. What? Regret. I think Nailu is broken. Like this character. I'm not gonna lie, when I first seen Nailu, I was like, she can only be using Hydro and Danjo. That sounds boring. She's not gonna be good. That's what I thought. But when you use her and you're seeing 20k, 30k pop up for each Danjo core, oh my gosh. She does so much damage and you just can't die. I have 60k HP, almost 70k. I take damage on purpose. You can't die. It's impossible. I think my Nailu has only died like 10 times. And that's from like literally not healing her at all and jumping off cliffs. Like she just damage is insane. Easy to use, easy to build. Her weapon is dumb. Her weapon is stupid. If she reruns and you don't even like Nailu, you could at least get her weapon because her weapon is dumb. The buff it gives it can be used on Clicky. Any HP sword character that might come on in the future, it is dumb. I think Nailu is very broken. And I think she is better than Sino. Because in her team is so free. Like the only problem with her team is that if you use Yalan on her team, because you might want to use Yalan somewhere else. That's the only problem. Or in Kokomi. Those two characters and Nahida. So yeah, those three characters. That's a team I run, matter of fact. Nailu, Nahida, Kokomi, Daelan. I feel like that's our best team. It's just so much damage. And my bad, excuse me. And I learned that you don't even need. I mean, you could run Kokomi as the on-field like Hydro that causes the Dendro cores to pop up. And you can just have Nailu just use her E, and you still do crazy amount of damage. Like Nailu is just definitely, I would say she's probably my favorite character of 2022. She's my recent favorite character. I like using Nailu. Like, she's probably one of my favorite characters right now. And I like her design. I like her design a lot. Only she's not one of my favorite female characters. It's because of her voice. She just sounds like Barbara. She just sounds like Barbara to me. It's nothing wrong with Barbara's voice either. It's just she sounds like Barbara to me. She's probably like my third favorite female character. I don't know. Fourth probably. Dang. I don't know her name. I just know she's Cryo Shield. I actually want to build her because I like her design. And it's like the fact that it's a Cryo Shielder. But I do not know her name. I really do not. I can't think of her name. Bro. Someone put her name down in the comments. But I think she's A tier. Cryo Shield. Yeah, man. That's what I think she's good for, is Cryo Shield. Yeah, I can't really think any other reason to use her is just for her shield and cryo application. A little bit of off-field damage. Pretty sure it's easy to build too. I just like her design though. Nahida, broken. She's just... I'm so glad that people hated on her and that she became all broken. Cause I was a day one Nahida supporter too. I thought her design was cool. It was different. It's not no freaking tall female or tall male character, you know. Another short character. She just... things Nahida can do is just crazy. And she feels so different. Her playstyle, not playstyle, her attack animations and stuff is just, it's different. I feel like I'm playing a whole totally different game. I feel like I'm playing a whole totally different game when I'm playing Nahida. It's like I could take a picture of the enemy. I could place this giant dome. Like, I'm gonna be honest, I still don't get what her burst does. I don't really feel a difference when I use her burst, but I know it's doing something. But yeah, she does crazy amount of damage. And the fact that it links up enemies, so when you apply an effect, it hits every enemy. Oh my gosh. I've cleared commissions so fast of her using Sino and this Nailu and just put a link on everyone and just use Sino E and just watch all of them die. Oh my gosh. Nahida is so good. And I don't even have the boss like get her talents to her to do more damage, but like, yeah, she's good. I don't know how to pronounce this character name, I'm not gonna lie. I think it's like Forazan or something like that. Forazan. I think using her in a trial run, I think she's S tier. Just because she could buff Animo. And she does crazy amount of damage too. Like, I actually want to build her, but only thing that's stopping me is that I won't have her C6. So I won't get all the buffs that I want to get. But when I do get her C6, she will be getting built. I think she's real good. Just the fact you could buff Animo. It's just, that's good. We needed that. Because Animo didn't really have a buffer other than like C4 over Constellation is for Jean. So now we have that. I think she's needed. Cause then you can really run the main DPS Kazuha. Or those crazy people that run the main DPS Venti. So yeah, she enables that. And it's a buff for Xiao. I know my Xiao mains was extremely happy when she came out. Cause that man got buffed 3 times? The first artifact set with Ayato, then this new artifact set, then her. That's 3 buffs. Alright, so Wanderer. I'm gonna be honest. I really like Wanderer's skills. I like his design, I like the hat. I like that you could change his name. I do like that too. But to me, I just kind of find the Wanderer underwhelming. It might be because I don't have the balls to do his talents, to level them up. But like, I don't want to. It's just, I don't feel like he fits the way I play, kind of. But the flying is cool, and just spamming normal attack, kind of feel like your Mia. You can kind of see he is your Mia. You just spam his normal attack to do his burst at the end, swap off. Just keep, like, he has a rotation thing too. Like, as you just keep playing, your rotation is gonna keep going and going. You're gonna keep spamming your burst. And the numbers, you just see a whole bunch of numbers pop up, but I just kind of find him average, like Ayato. I don't think he's broken till you get C6. I don't have his weapon either. That could also be the reason I think this. I don't have the new artifact set on him either. That could also be another reason I think this. But like, I kind of just gave up on building on him. And I it's definitely just, I guess I just don't like his playstyle for some odd reason. And he don't even have a long cooldown on his E. And I like the flying, it's just, for some reason, it just doesn't appeal to me. I don't know why. He's so cool, but it's just, I just do not like the way he plays. I just do not get why. So just for that, I'm gonna put him in A tier. But he's real good though. Like I say, he does a lot of damage and all of that. Oh, we done. That's all the characters. Oh, it's not. Kind of went too fast than I thought. Yeah, this is what I rate all the characters though. This is my opinion. I'm kind of like going back through and looking at all the characters. I'm trying to think. Will I put anybody lower or higher? I don't think so. I think I just like it like this. There's no specific order to the characters either. Because that kind of goes by your artifacts. Like, yeah, Kazuha, Kaching might be better than. That's kind of a bad example. Ayaka, or I guess Gaia could be better than Ayaka, but if your Ayaka artifacts are better than your Gaia artifacts, you're gonna of course place Ayaka higher because he does more damage than your Gaia right now. So it kind of goes up by your artifacts and team comps in the order of characters. So this is what I think. This is my tier list for this year, for 2023. My first tier list. This is how I'm gonna do it. But yeah, I guess it's the end of this video. Kind of went faster than I thought. I guess let me know in the comments what you agree with, what you don't agree with. Cause like I said, I will be arguing with you. We'll be doing a full-fledged fight in the comment section. A whole war. A comment war. But nah, I'm not gonna stop. But I would like to see y'all opinions of who I think is better, who I think is absolute trash, or I think, actually, if you was a day one hater of A, please post in the comments and say why you thought A was trash. Cause I really would never get why people thought A was trash. But yeah, like, if you really think a character is like absolutely broken, you think they're the best character in the game, post it in the comments. I really like to see why people think certain characters are like that. You know? Maybe I would change my opinion. Or you can educate me why this character is horrible or this character is bad. Like Kaya and Candace, because I don't really know a lot about them. Lisa, Albedo. Like I said, I don't have every character built, but I have an understanding of almost all the characters other than Kaya, Xinyan, and Candace. But yeah, hope everybody likes, subscribe, do all the YouTube stuff. I guess hit the bell to be notified when I upload more. There's more uploads coming. I know I'm very, very slow in the uploads. Haven't streamed in a long time. All that type of stuff. But I should be coming back soon. I should have a serious up soon. I will be coming back. I will be back. We're just getting started with this tier list. When more characters come out, this tier list will expand. Maybe my opinions will change. But yeah. This is the end. I'm just rambling on at this point. Let me just end the video. Peace.